Smell of pine and diesel smoke. Got the thick gloves on my hands, ready for the yoke. Out here where the giants sleep, standing tall and deep. Another day begins before the city wakes from sleep. Check the chain, tension tight, sharpen up the bite. Know the grain of every trunk, bathed in morning light. It's a conversation held between the metal and the wood, understanding what we take and what we leave for good. Sawdust and steel, the way the forest feels, spinning blades and sweat that stains the flannel red. Taking the rough edges, turning them to beams, building up the future from these timber dreams. We cut the line, we follow true, we push the engine through. It's the heart of the machine, making something new. Drag the log onto the deck, steady on the rail, setting up the carriage speed, can't afford to fail. First pass takes the bark away, revealing what's inside. Yellow hardwood shining bright, nowhere left to hide. Measure twice and cut just once, that's the golden rule. Every board must meet the grade, every piece a tool. Watch the ribbon fall away, a sweet and steady sound, the vibration in the ground as the lumber is unbound. Sawdust and steel, the way the forest feels, spinning blades and sweat that stains the flannel red. Taking the rough edges, turning them to beams, building up the future from these timber dreams. We cut the line, we follow true, we push the engine through. It's the heart of the machine, making something new. Sawdust and steel, from the forest to the frame, from the sea to the name. This heavy labor keeps the great big world aflame. This honest work demands respect, demanding every nerve, a steady hand and focused eye for the purpose that we serve. Sawdust and steel, the way the forest feels, spinning blades and sweat that stains the flannel red. Taking the rough edges, turning them to beams, building up the future from these timber dreams. We cut the line, we follow true, we push the engine through. It's the heart of the machine, making something new. Sawdust and steel, stack them high beneath the sun. The day is almost done, just
Buddy, stay back. Pumpkin.
These are the first two Britneys we had. Their names were Buddy and Pumpkin.
Whoa.
Oh, now you're going to tell me we got double liner.
It's up.
So here Jeff will be sawing the tree, and then once he gets so far, John will be running the capstan wrench so that the trees can be pulled further into the woods without tipping over onto the sawmill. There's a couple trees that are tangled up in the top. They used block and tackle so that they could run it further into the woods and then back to the winch. And if you watch, you'll be able to see that cable come tight. So to take down this tree, we had to set up a block and tackle. The rock saw is to the right of the screen, and the pulley is hooked to a tree that is to the left of the screen that we can't see. This tree was rotten and split and landed on some of our scaffolding, so we had to figure out how to take it down safely. After setting up the block and tackle, we then hooked it to the winch on the rock store, and then we winched the tree down. These were our first two Brittany's, Pumpkin and Buddy.
Yeah, we're squaring up some pants, cedar logs for pants, and to make cedar that siding. And the majority of the tools we use are log-rite. So one thing nice, the mill is full hydraulic. So we don't have to use the cant hook to roll the logs. Running a Wood-Mizer, super hydraulic. There we got the two log dogs, Copper and Button. We already got some logs squared up here. We'll be doing shingles and siding with these. Yeah, Button thinks he's gonna help. He's still learning to stay back. Copper stays back pretty good. He's just very nosy. Then once we got it squared, we'll put it in this pile here. And then if we get the other couple logs squared, we'll put them there, and then we'll put the lap cider on. We'll take a couple more logs out of that pile over there. We've already had them cut down.
Okay, now we're going to be making the taper lap siding using the Wood-Mizer lap sider. After each pass, he'll be flipping the lever when he comes back, and this will tip that lap sider one way or the other. Here are some of the boards that we had already taken off. As you can see, one side is thick and one side is thin. And when he flips that lever there, it'll tip the lap sider bed up or down depending on where he's at in the cup.
Got the thick gloves on my hands, ready for the yoke. Out here where the giants sleep, standing tall and deep. Another day begins before the city wakes from sleep. Check the chain, tension tight, sharpen up the bite, know the grain of every trunk.
And you can see here when we come back to make the next cut, he will flip that lever again to flip the bed up so that he can make the next cut. And as you can see, we have two Britneys who love to investigate and see what we are doing. They like to participate. This is Buttons and Copper. This is Miss Copper. She's the mama dog.
Drag the log onto the deck, steady on the rail. Setting up the carriage speed, can't afford to fail. First pass takes the bark away.
And this is Buttons. This is Copper's baby.
Yellow hardwood shining bright, nowhere left to hide. Measure twice and cut just once, that's the golden rule. Every board must meet the grade, every piece a tool. Watch the ribbon fall away, a sweet and steady sound, the vibration in the ground as the lumber is unbound. Sawdust and steel,
Checking to see what side best side to get out.
spinning blazing sweat that stains the planet red. Making the rough edges, turning them to
If he gets it up on deck, I'll help him roll it if he can't hold. Well, hi, Mr. Log Bump. Mr. Button? Button? No. Tighten down the pant. With the pant. You have to make a little bit thicker cut. First cut will be a flat cut.
cut the line.
the grandkids, and they're learning how to stack the boards. They're doing really good, and they love being outside.
Slide it over, pull it over. Towards you. Just the top one. There you go.
And as always, Buttons has got to see what's going on.
He's helping right along, huh? Yeah. Push it in. There you go. Push that one. 2 hands. Here you go. Slide it in. Push. So pull that end over. Push it in. Push straight, Alvin. There you go.
Leon, what's this? Hey, what are you doing? Leon, what? What are you doing?
Keep pushing. There you go.
We're always up for a challenge. This one will be a 25-foot beam when he's done. And our bed is technically only supposed to cut a 21-foot log, so we improvise.
Sunrise breaks the tree line, smell of pine and diesel smoke. Got the thick gloves on my hands, ready for the yoke. Out here where the giants sleep, standing tall and deep. Another day.
Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next short snort adventure. We are just getting started.